I'm Nikki, and I'm a new admin on this new YouTube channel. I'm going to be discussing sexual objectification and also how extremely important it is to be able to, or just to feel comfortable with owning your sexuality, and how wrong it is to for that to be leading up to sexual objectification in the first place. Sexual objectification is when a person's body is used strictly for your pleasure. Sexual objectification occurs all the time, like in ads. People like Carl's Jr., for example, they use women's bodies and women being sexy and all this other stuff to sell a fucking sandwich, which is completely unnecessary, along with plenty of clothing lines, plenty of sports magazines. I mean, even in magazines that are for women, on the cover it'll say what men do and do not like in bed and their preferences and whatever on the front page, as if that is what our focus needs to be on for women as a whole. And sexual objectification occurs even in high schools. Young teenage girls that are being told that they're not allowed to show their shoulders or their legs or their cleavage or whatever. That your body is a sexual object that is distracting because it was made for the man, for the male. Growing up, you didn't think that there was anything weird or off about the fact that girls had all these dress codes, and when you're growing up they say that, you know, like, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's not very ladylike. And I remember when I was young, I liked to wear baggier clothes. I think it was just something that I was more comfortable wearing, and I was told all the time by my grandmother especially, I'm not allowed to be comfortable because I need to wear what is appealing to males. But obviously that's not what's going through your head when you're 9 years old and you're arguing with your mom about why you can't wear a t-shirt and jeans and why you have to wear a dress. Sexual objectification occurs so often that it's to the point where it's normalized. It's completely normal and people don't even realize that it's happening. And sexual liberation and owning your sexuality is damn near impossible in a society where it's not okay for your body to serve a purpose other than appealing to the opposite sex. Like, for instance, women breastfeeding in public, it's a huge no, because it's totally fine, porn is fine, and getting naked is fine, and the breasts in general are totally fine as long as they're appealing to males, as long as they're a sexual object, as long as there's something that benefits the males in society. But the second it actually serves its purpose and you're breastfeeding a child, it becomes disgusting. There's a post on Facebook of a girl on her period, and it again was all of a sudden it was disgusting because it had absolutely nothing to do with males. It didn't serve a purpose for them. People think of a man as a person, but a woman as a bunch of different body parts. Like, you are a set of boobs, you are legs, you are an ass. That is sexual objectification. If you look at the GQ magazine, every single man of the year is in a suit. Now look at the GQ magazine with Lana Del Rey in it. She's completely naked. For what reason? There is no reason behind it. She's being objectified. Because of the fear of being objectified, women aren't even comfortable owning their sexuality. Beyonce, for example, she is a strong supporter of sexual liberation, and she is very strong supporter in owning your sexuality, and she does that on stage all the time. The fact that she was half naked and dancing provocatively makes the media focus specifically on that, as if that's all she is. You are allowed to be sexy and smart. You're allowed to be sexy and successful. You are allowed to be sexy in anything. The media or society or your peers focuses strictly on the sexy. That is sexual objectification. There's an ice cream truck. You should be able to own your sexuality without just being seen as a sexual object. You should be allowed to show that you're proud of the curves that you have, or the legs that you have, or how nice whatever is. You should be allowed to do that without being demonized, because you have confidence. I feel like I should really just end it on that note. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.